This one for Saturn. Ring on it. Committed to following Friday. I see me a pattern. Know how I feel, know what I peel when I see date by time beeping, alarm ringing. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. Let me up today. Sound. Ooh, level me out. Time to play, huh? I woke up today, ain't got no work, so I'ma play. I woke up today, ain't got no work, so I'ma play. I woke up today, I woke up today, wait. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I woke up today. This one for Saturn, ring on it. Committed to following Friday. I see me a pattern. Know how I feel, know what I peel when I see date by time beeping, alarm ringing. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. Let me up today. Sound. Level me out.
And we are live. Welcome. Welcome to yet another episode of Saturday Sound Levels. You know what I'm saying? What's up, guys? The little people. We got Asani Hard. We got Dre. You know what I'm saying? The Kings. So.
Appreciate that, bro.
Hey, so let's get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Where you guys from?
Both from East Side of Gary, Indiana. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm from the Color Doors, you know, what people call the Color Doors originally, type shit. I'm from 25th. I call it the quarter, East Side 25th. Grew up on the East Side, went to Carver Elementary, you know what I'm saying? Just that regular East Side process, Carver to Pulaski to Roosevelt, and that was it. But that's our stomping grounds though, the East Side from 25th, 21st. Door Mill, Marshalltown, like we pretty much all through that. That's our stomping ground. So yeah, we both from the same spot, just a few years apart, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, how is it? Cause let's be real. A lot of people have a stigma about Gary. You know what I'm saying? Scary Gary is what they call it. But for us, you know what I'm saying, the people inside the city, we know pretty much Gary is not as scary as it seems. So how was it growing up in the city for you guys? And, you know, Asani, you can go first, and then Dre, you can answer afterwards.
Man, for me, it's crazy. I feel like it was always home. Like, if I could say, like, from the kids, you know, standpoint growing up, like, you know, of course I know about what it is. I know about, you know, I know I'm in the hood, like, you know what I mean? I guess ideally or whatever, but it's like, you know, it seems like home, so I don't know if you're just desensitized to things, you know what I mean? But I can definitely say it makes you strong, you know what I mean? Like, it's something to where it's a real, like, Rust Belt, you know, type city to where, you know, to make it out or to do something real constructive in it, you know what I mean? You have to be a strong person, you know what I mean? And you see that from, it's not even just from the level of the streets, which is what it's known for, you know what I mean? Even your everyday person is not, you know, a typical everyday person, even mentally, like somebody from somewhere else coming from an area like here, you know what I mean? So I could just say, to me, it's home, it's something I love, it's what I've always known, you know what I mean? But I guess, you know, me knowing what the world is, I can say, like, you know, it's some shit, you know what I mean? It's some real shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll piggyback off that. As far as us being desensitized, I can attest to that, like, majorly, just because I always say, like, I got two daughters, so I always say, like, how would I teach my daughter street smarts? When I came up, I was out there in the streets, not to say I'm a street nigga or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but we was able to walk from home to the gas station, we could walk to the barbershop, shit like that. So in the midst of all of that, I done been through shit, you know, motherfuckers have been shot at, you done seen motherfuckers get shot. It's a lot of stuff you see coming up in the hood, but it prepares you for like a harder surrounding. So like basically, if you come from Gary, it's like you can get through anything. So I would say it's two sides to that coin, because it is not as bad as people say it is, because it feels home to us. But from the outside looking in, it's probably like damn, they looking at the bad, you know, the poverty neighborhoods. They looking at the closed stores. The downtown used to be vibrant. It's just dark now. It's like when you come from Miller and then you go to Broadway and then you coming up Broadway going towards Fifth, it's like the town changes. Like it used to be downtown Gary from 1st to 8th, you know what I'm saying? And then now downtown basically Miller, Indiana, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different thing. But like I said, it just prepares you for the outside world. Because if I wasn't from here, I don't really know what I would be able to take, what I wouldn't. You know, we was coming up to school, it was all about roasting people and talk, you know, trying to talk about somebody, but it build that thick skin, you know, all of that. You know, people came up fighting, you know, you get in your scuffles, stuff like that. But by the time you become a grown man or a grown woman, it just prepares you for more stuff. So like I said, me raising my daughters in this day and age, it's like it's way more sheltered. You know, you way more aware of everything because of how social media is and everything. You get news on the daily. So if I read an article talking about somebody kidnapping kids, my kid might not go outside for a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I was younger, I'm outside, I'm in the streets, I'm doing this, and that. So I can see something from a mile away. If something about to start up over there, I can see that from over there.
Yep.
But you know, me raising my kids now is just a different thing. So I say it's just you desensitize to a lot, but to be successful in the world, you kind of got to be able to take something. You got to be able to see stuff, or you know, just use an example like a nurse. You know, when you see blood, you ain't gonna throw up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You see something like that, it ain't gonna surprise you. You be able to get through it more smooth than somebody else. So I just say, just man, that's who he is.
That's what's up. So then, I guess my next question would be, hey, y'all been here all y'all lives. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel like the city could be better?
If I was better, I would just say more camaraderie. You know, just more people, community, people coming together and everybody showing love rather than hate. You know, if we did a lot, because a lot of people think it takes money to make a change. Now it does, don't get me wrong, you have to have funding, but you gotta have some type of foundation. Like the love gotta be there. Like, you know, we really put here to show love and, you know, show people how to love. So when you get love in the room, everybody feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like when we did shows out here, we was getting decent turnouts and people showing us love that people probably never seen in Gary, Indiana. But you know, it's just the way you gotta come off to people. You gotta be yourself and you gotta be a people person. But at the end of the day, to make the city better, everybody gotta know how to get along. That neighborhood feel, take a village to raise a child, all of that stuff, man, that stuff gotta come back into play because that's the foundation. Once we get the foundation right, the money and stuff will come, because once we start working together, we don't put our money together. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. That's what black people need to do in general. But you know, at the end of the day, if we're gonna do it in Gary and Indiana, we don't have to come together. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah, man, I would say it's definitely about camaraderie. And I would honestly say with anything, man, it's you gotta try at least to strike the mindset of the people, or the mindset of those people. You know, to have that, you know, camaraderie, like, or like-minded individuals, you know, for different things. I think that like he said, a lot of times people say it's funding, and that's a huge answer, and that's definitely one of the answers, but that's not the first step, I think, because you don't know what to do with money, you'll fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like, and we've seen that, you know what I mean, plenty times. So I just think it starts off with the mindset somehow, like the mindset of the people, because that's people, that is what moves people. So whatever the mindset is right now, whatever we would label it, whatever we would call it, you know what I mean, like it's yielding the results that we see right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure 100% what that answer is, how to do that 100%, but I do think that camaraderie is the answer, because that's the way to spark the next generation. That's the way to spark, you know, it's a numbers game. That's the way to spark change right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's having, you know, like-minded people come together, but I just think for it to really start, for it to really grow like wildfire, like we needed to, it got to be some type of it got to be a certain type of spark, man. It's a type of catalyst, like I say, it's in the mindset of the people, just generally at least. You know? Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that y'all been doing in the past. Like for example, who is Ron Ronington and who is Chad Charlie?
Yeah.
Can you explain those people to me?
Hey, they're my guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out everybody at Square One Culture, man. Art Gallery. We actually did a show there for their SNL set summertime last year, and it was really one of the things. We take our headline shows, especially at home, headline shows period, obviously, but definitely at home, like very, very serious, man. Like you said, like the turnout and everything that we have just at home is always, it's just a crazy feeling, just a crazier feeling anywhere else, just because it's at home. So it's like for that, we ended up doing like a promo thing, man, where we wanted to really just bring the people into like, I guess we just want to have fun with shit, man, honestly, bro. Like we really like, I ain't gonna say like we stress, but sometimes, bro, we really go hard and like we talk all the time, every day, all of that is just about what we need to do to really push stuff forward. So for that, it was like, man, let's just get them some SNL shit. Like really wasn't too much thought about it, and everything came together. Everything honestly was probably thrown together maybe 15 minutes before we shot and put it out, the edit and everything.
We took a couple minutes, put the script together, everything like that, and it was a real like vague script, because I mean it was kind of like you got a line here and then I'm gonna just improvise everything else.
Yeah.
So like basically what it mostly stemmed from is just us coming up loving comedy, you know what I'm saying, watching stuff, and us, you know, if you ever kick it with us, we just always joking. We always got something to say or just some shit to talk. So we those type of guys. So we kind of wanted to give the fans us as people, you know what I'm saying, on all areas. You know, people might consider us lyrical on one end, and okay, y'all got some bangers. Okay, y'all funny as hell. You know, it's just I just want to get them all of us. So then when you do meet us or you run into us or you claim you want to be a fan or just even a friend, it's like, okay, I can really fuck with them because they do the shit that I do. They some goofy people just like I know goofy people, you know what I'm saying? So, and then with that, you know, we got a sense of comedy and people who actually like the shit. So like the first step in that though was we came out with a video called I Let My White Boy Say Nigga. So at the beginning of the video,
you said you let your white boy say who?
Say nigga.
Oh, okay.
Now it's a whole nother explanation to go with it. But I mean, it's a controversial statement, but I like for the imagination to play. So however you feel about that, then we can get into another conversation after that. But if you listen to the song, it's controversial. It's just basically flipping the table as far as me putting them in our shoes and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that Joyner Lucas joint a little bit, but we came out with this. What was this, like 2015 or something like that? 16
maybe.
Yeah. So we started the skits out in that first visual. So I came to him. And I'm a Muslim, so I'm carrying the bean pie in my hand, and he went in the skit. So yeah, I'm not a Muslim for real.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got the bean pie in my hand. I'm talking to him. Now he with this white boy. So I'm like, what you doing with this man? My brother, my young black beautiful brother. We this and that. And, you know, it's a comedy thing, but we just trying to get that comic relief and then educate at the same time. So like during the verses, we putting them in the shoes of people in slavery and stuff like that. It just depends on what section you come in the song. It's a different lesson in every section. But we wanted to get them all of us, so we do comedy. We want to throw in the acting. We try to do it all as far as our music videos and everything. So we give it to them all, and hopefully they love it. So that's the expectation.
Okay, so then, what are you guys? As far as like, we know you rap. You know what I'm saying? It seems like you got a little acting chops in you. So what are you guys doing outside of rap? Like, what are some of the projects that are underway that are not necessarily hip hop or rap projects?
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We a few years ago, I had a boy that actually wanted to have me initially, and then at first we ended up bringing Dre in. We were supposed to be on like it was kind of like what they told us, like a Netflix show that they kind of wanted to do about kind of like gang neighborhoods in a sense in different cities like Gary throughout America. But that kind of fell through. Just it was somebody else's project. They just kind of wanted to bring us in on it, and that was something I was taking like very, very seriously when that opportunity came up. But since then, we kind of really want to double down on the music, man. Like we do have aspirations, so we do it within our music. Skits, we have like skits that we do, like you say, like, mostly for our promo content on other like features. Shout out to Marco, Uno, stuff like that. But for the most part, man, we kind of really wanted to push the music, because it's like a lot of times you get off into that, and it's like I don't know, man. You get in a real spiral situation. It's like you start to really, it's not even about gaining the following, but you start to really gain a real impact in something that you, for us, it wasn't what we wanted to do initially, man. We don't want to be known for something else other than music, I would say first, and initially, or even more so, to where it's like that's where we really have people's like heart set, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for us, it's the music first, for sure.
Yeah, the attention, as far as our attention goes, man, and our want to be creative, it pulls us in so many different directions on a day-to-day basis that, you gotta kind of sit down and quiet your mind and hone all that in. But lingering this whole time that we've been a group, lingering in the works is we want to create some type of sitcom. You know what I'm saying? So like you grew up watching the Martins, the Jamie Foxxes, the Fresh Prince, like all the stuff like that. We want to bring that feel back. You know, give them the comedy, give them the acting, give them the music, but put it all in one package. You know what I'm saying? So over these years, we've been pinning up stuff here and there as far as treatments go, but we haven't officially launched anything on that yet. But in the future or the near future, y'all can probably expect some clips, or maybe an episode or two. You never know.
Is that so? That's the Little People show that y'all was on.
You got it. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little things. We not 100% sure.
Yeah, on the name, it's up in the app, and it's gonna have people in that somewhere.
All right. So then I actually wanted. So let's get into the Little People. And how did you guys come up with that name? Like how did you? Okay.
I came up with the name originally.
Man,
I just sometimes I can't control my thought process. It's so amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, the Little People. You feel me?
You sound like bro. You probably remember the day and everything, conversation.
Oh no, I'm just.
On some real shit though, man. We linked up, bro. Like it was crazy, yo. We grew up, like we said, just mutual friends. Really kind of knew of each other, like of each other's music growing up. But we linked up just to do features, and I think like we worked on 2 songs, I think. Yeah. And we only ever put like 1 out, but on the one that we never put out, it was a line. It was a line where I said, I don't remember the line, but it basically was like, don't forget when somebody tells you about you being successful, they think you may be successful. They say, don't forget about the little people. Something about don't forget about the little people, but you letting the village feed you. It was some shit like that. I don't know, but yeah, we were just kind of. We had great chemistry, bro. Like when we started working together, the music we started making was just fire. The ideas were seamless. It just worked, and it just was something where we like, okay, we have to really make this make this a staple thing. You know what I mean? And when it came down to pick a name, it just had to be natural, and it had to be something that we felt, I guess, embodied like a lot of what we can, what we have to offer, and it's not real limited. You know what I mean? But me and him are real. Selfless people, even in our everyday life and creation and stuff like that. So to have something that represents other people and the underdogs of the world as a whole, like that name, Little People, that just really stuck out to us. You know what I mean? Just that one line, bro. And it just was as simple as that, honestly.
And one more thing to chime in, just as far as the name resonating and being ambiguous or whatever. Just basically with the I had to say I had to use the big word. Yeah. Ambiguous meaning. Yeah.
Ambiguous, my brother. Yeah.
But so basically, like the name having a crazy meaning. So we could have came up with anything basically. Like you could have said some gangster shit, but that's gonna make the fan, or you're gonna assume that I'm a gangster rapper. You're gonna assume that I only do this. So that's why we move how we move, and that's a little bit of the reason why the name is what it is, because it means so much and embodies everything that we represent. So it ain't just one single thing. If you say the Little People, you can pull whatever meaning you want to from that. It can mean something to you. It can mean something to the people under you, your kids, actually the people that's belittled, and the people that don't got a voice, stuff like that. So it embodies everything. So we don't want to be singular with our motion. We don't ever want to be another thing to piggyback off that too is with the Little People and the name and everything like that. That goes into the music. So when we're doing our music, we don't just want to put out a whole project of one type of sound, all melodic, all this, all that. Now we will give y'all that, but we got so much to offer, bro. We came up battle rapping. You know what I'm saying? You may not, you can hear it come out in our lyrics, but certain songs you just gonna get off on. Certain songs you gotta tell a story. Certain songs you gotta talk to a woman. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta give them everything, because we can do it all, but it's just time. You gotta put that time in. So that's the Little People come from all that, bro. For sure.
So thinking about experimental sounds, let's talk about the picture that you got behind you. What is that for the people out there?
Oh man, in 2018, man, we dropped our first full-length joint. There's something wrong with this picture. To my nephew Jordan on the cover, man. I was super happy to do that. But yeah, man, this was like we actually had another album we were working on at the time called Enjoy the Little Things, and we didn't really get that to our liking in the timely manner, and so like we stressed about making shit or whatever. So we wanted to damn near. It was the end of 2017. We wanted to put out like a New Year's 5-track EP freestyle, damn near all one take, let's live stream the shit or whatever, and throw it out to the people. when me and this nigga link, bro, it's never that. It's never that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it goes to other people have to be involved. We need plans. We need whiteboards and shit and all type. Like, nah, bro. So, that turned into a full-length album that got put out 7 months later or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and it was crazy. It was a crazy process. But it was super dope. I think, yeah, bro, that shit is, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I noticed. Oh, I was gonna say I noticed that and there is something wrong with this picture. It seems like you guys are experimenting with different flows and different sounds, because I hear a track on there, you know, where I hear one of you guys singing. You know, I hear another one where, you know, you guys are using a more of an aggressive type flow. Then you have more of a laid back, like let's just ride the beat type flow on a few songs. And then in The Grass is Greener with Marco Uno, you have boom bap, like a boom bap beat. And you guys are going off with Marco on a boom bap beat, which is actually one of my favorite songs, by the way. The Grass is Green off the There's Something Wrong with This Picture. So can you guys speak on, you know, what inspires you to create certain tracks, and then how do you guys order those tracks? Like, how do you, with so many different sounds, how do you put that all together and make it sound cohesive?
Mostly it's a transition thing. Mm-hmm. So like, if you it's
let's get deep.
No, but it's a transition thing.
Give me that swagoo.
You want something to fall right in the right pocket when you transfer into the next track. It can't be too abrupt. It can't be too cut and dry. It gotta be smooth. It gotta flow. It gotta be like a movie and you listening to something. So as those tracks flow on, I don't want you to be able to tell I'm actually putting you on track 2, putting you on track 3. As they flow, it's just like, damn, what they got next? And when that come on, it hits your ears so smooth. And like my boy, he always saying, it kissed the beat so well, you know what I'm saying? He saying that shit like, hey, did it kiss the beat though? But yeah, that's how you make it cohesive. Is just you gotta, it's hella mixing sessions, hella listening sessions. Just I don't like the way that do that right there. Okay, cut the end of that beat, take them drums out, turn the snare up. It's just and it's little stuff sometimes. Take this one word out. Okay, maybe we just need to drop the whole beat off. It just depends. So if you take time with your music and sit there and go through the process, it's tedious as hell, man. But at the end of the day, you should get the right outcome as far as the flow of the project. Because it's all about transitions. Because it can be a song. Now, if you do something different, like if I tell a story in 3 parts, if I got 3 parts to a story and it's 3 songs, yeah, of course, them got to come back to back. But it's still your transitions. You got to work on the ends and the beginnings of them songs so they can flow together, no matter what you're talking about. It can be 2, 3 totally different songs. Like you said, on There's Something Wrong with This Picture, it's basically, that's the meaning of it. Like, look at this picture with all this shit we giving you and let me know what you see. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to put all that shit together, but it gotta be like a beautiful chaos. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what you getting from this. You know, all of this stuff going on. You got this young black kid, all of this, everything going on in this picture, but he still got to maintain, he still got to do his thing, and you might get something else out of it. But transitions, working on the beginnings and ends of songs, mixing and mastering, all of that, the artist should be present for, because it take all of that for that shit to flow with. It take all of that.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely how you want your music to be. I would definitely say like the transitions is probably for sure how you technically like wrap everything together. But I can honestly say, like you said before, everything does come from, I would say, just our ears and just like, you know, a love for the music, bro. Like you said, we started off battle rapping, like, so it's like, you know, over 10 years ago or something like that, like it was straight Fili style battle rap bars and all this, like you say, the singing, the different flows and shit like that. Like now it's a crazy progression. And before I even started rapping, when I was a kid, like before 10 years old and all that shit, I was singing first, like, you know what I mean, trying to really R&B sing type shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that was that Asani Soft project.
Yeah, you feel me?
Okay. Asani. He said, look. My man said, go ahead, hit him with the SpongeBob.
No, man. No, so it's like, you know, and not outside of music too, man, we pull a lot. we put a lot into our music that's from just influences as far as life or, media, art, movies, books, to just reference, whatever, like shit, idioms, I feel like we have a lot of old Southern idioms and shit like that your grandfather would say and shit like that. It's just, life experience, man. Our goal is to really make life music. So it's not that we're trying to be extra, trying to, like, yes, this happened this way, we gave you Beautiful Chaos and all of that, but we're not even trying to, like, do too much with the shit either. It's really just, life is like, it's ups and it's downs, you know what I mean? It's fast and it's slow, you know what I mean? It's hype and it's, it's hype and it's chill, you know what I mean? So we never want to limit ourselves by putting ourselves in a box, you know what I mean? Because, we got to represent everything, So, yeah.
So yeah, how important do you guys feel it is to have your own sound in the rap game? Because let's think about it. Nowadays, it seems like everybody has attached themselves to a particular flow and a particular style of beat, a particular style of everything, and that's the formula. And it works. You know what I'm saying? It works for a lot of people. But how important do you guys think for you it is for you to have your own important sound? I mean, I noticed that you experiment with different flows on a lot of your albums, or different sounds on a lot of your albums and projects. So yeah.
Well, I would say it depends on what lane you're going for. So if you one of them guys that want to get on quick, get rich quick, then shit, you're gonna learn somebody's flow. You're gonna learn what's popular. You're gonna study it. You're gonna master it, and then you're gonna put your song together and put it out. Now, what's trending maybe what you leaning towards because it's trending, but as far as your own sound goes, to me personally, it's important just to have an identity in the game. People with their own sound are like, that's the longevity of music. That's the legendary cats, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that you can pick out from anybody. And it don't have to be based on lyrical ability. It can just be tone of voice. Like Snoop Dogg, not the best rapper you ever heard. When you hear Snoop talk, it's Snoop, you know what I'm saying? No matter what. It's him. It's his whole persona. It's his whole thing. You know what Snoop do. So as far as us having our own identity, basically we preach that a lot coming up. Like as far as the years we've been together, we preach that a lot is okay. What would our sound be, or how's our sound? But that's just because of the lane we trying to be in. We want to be world renowned. We want to be legends forever. We want people to remember us to the end of time. And not to say some of the songs that people call the songs that's not timeless or whatever. Like some of them songs I remember forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that the songs that you don't call timeless can't potentially stick with you forever. But it's a type of music. It's a type of sound that you're looking for that's gonna stick around forever. The Southern idioms he's talking about, the certain shit you put in your music to make it stick around. So your own identity, your own personality in the music, that's very important. But shit, you could be a straight copycat and get right on. Shit. When you heard what's the cat that sound like Future? Designer. When Designer first came out, shit, I thought it was Future. You know what I'm saying? But he grabbed that shit and he took off with it. It didn't hurt him. It didn't do nothing but put him in the public. So it just depends on what lane you want to attack and where you want your fame or your money or whatever to be at. Because if you want to be that type of guy, then it's up to you. But it boils down to morals and ethics and shit like that. Because if your morals line up with, it don't matter how I'm seen to the public, then you're going to do what you can to get on. You're going to do whatever you can. Now, if you thinking like, damn, I want to be presented this way, I want to do my music like this, I want my beats to be like this, then you're going to need your own sound. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need that legendary talk, the legendary cats around. You're going to need a group of people to mold you, So that's what I feel about it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely agree. I feel like it's definitely important to have your own sound. I just think the most you can do, I feel like to answer anybody, you got to just do the music that you feel like. So, like you said, it's kind of a spectrum. You might have some people that do more, contemporary type shit, or people, there's people who we respect. We respect they artistry like a motherfucker. We all do, you know what I mean? And they definitely do shit that's either super influenced by somebody else or it's almost pretty much the same thing and we just don't say shit, you know what I mean, depending on what's going on. So I just think that like timing plays a big part too, you know what I mean, because a lot of times, sometimes what's trending makes a difference as far as what people are paying attention to. So sometimes, you can have you can come in with another sound and it kind of be right. Like I guess just for instance, like the Griselda movie, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say, as great as that is, we all probably wouldn't say it's the most 100% original thing you ever heard. Not that it has to be, you know know what I mean? Just look what the fuck it's doing, and you can't say that it's not. You can't say anything negative about it, really, you know what I mean? But it's the contrast to what's going on right now, that timing. So they do have their own sound, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to what's going on in this wave that they had, you know what I mean? But it's compared to great music that came, years ago. If you're talking sonically, and if you're talking just what's really special about that type of music, you know what I mean? So I think, like he said, it's kind of a spectrum thing. It kind of depends. I know for us though, we just really love what we do, bro. We up for the challenge, so we want to create our own sound because it's like, man, can we create a sound that we created, that we feel is us, we feel it's pure, it's for the world, it's still from Gary, it still feels Gary, it still sounds like Gary, but it still goes on to do all the things that we would love for it to do. You know what I mean? That's a challenge that we want to accomplish.
And that's one of the main things too, man. What do Gary sound like? And, that's that kind of mold a lot of the creative process. Is like, not even what does it sound like? What do we want it, to sound like to the world? So yeah, that's a lot of it.
All right, sticking to these professional questions. Shit, I'll give me some good stuff here, boy. Professional answers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Got the commentator going on with the hands. Okay. All right, so shoot. You know what I'm saying? And sticking into my professional line of questions. You know what I'm saying? How do you guys play off each other's strengths and weaknesses? You know what I'm saying? Because while one of you may be able to sing better, the other one may be able to rap better. And then let's get into that. So how do you guys play off each other's strengths and weaknesses? And then out of both of you guys, who do you think is the better singer and who you think is the better rapper? I'm trying to start some stuff now.
I'm gonna jump this shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump this. So when it comes to this rap shit, bro. Let me start off with the profession. So as far as me playing off strengths and weaknesses, that can be portrayed at so many levels. So like it could be a time where he'll go in the booth and shit, he'll go in there without nothing on the paper, and then he go in there and put his shit together, and then that's how he do his verse. I might go in there and I might be done with my shit beforehand, vice versa. Regardless, as he's in there working, I'm on the outside. I'm on the outside talking to him. If I hear something I don't like, if I hear something that I think he won't like that he's not hearing right now, then I'm gonna talk to him about that. So as far as strengths and weaknesses go outside of the booth, though, we can be in a business setting. So I might be better at talking to these type of people, no matter what type of person it is. It's not a race thing or male or female. It's just whatever type of person. You could be a happy-go-lucky type of person. You could be a hood month. You know what I'm saying? It's just, if you better talking to them type of people, I'm gonna send you over there. Or shit, if you better at talking to this professor over here, I'm gonna let you talk to him and sell him the music or whatever it is like that. But with us being a group, we real fortunate to be able to play off each other like that, because some people got to deal with all of that battle in their own head. Like, damn, I don't feel comfortable doing this, but I'm about to go do it anyway. That's what I want to do. I don't like going to barbershops rapping, but I'm gonna just go in there and rap. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But we just, whatever it is, I can't really be too specific as far as strengths and weaknesses go, because I wouldn't really call it a weakness or too much of a strength. It's kind of just like, I'd rather you do that because that's the better product. You know what I'm saying? Not that you can't do it or not that I can't do it. It's like, shit, I know when you do that and I do this, then we get greater. So let's do it that way. And as far as the singing or the rapping go, I mean, I'm the best rapper, you know what I'm saying? And as far as singing go, like, what they used to call me?
I don't fucking know.
Like Neo mixing it. Brian McKnight and motherfucker Babyface and all that. Yeah, they used to call me a lot of names, brother. But I stopped keeping track of them, so yeah, he probably can tell you the other names. Yeah, it's been a lot of names in the crowd. I didn't get the names. Yeah.
But nah, man, shit. When it comes to the strengths and weaknesses, man, I think like it's not real often that I would say like one of us is like, okay, like there are times, probably certain specific things that we might feel like you say, like, okay, somebody does this better maybe at certain times or whatever, but we really are, like we say, like we just naturally like are up for the challenge, like just with anything we do when it comes to our careers, really, man. So we try to, we even switch that up at times to where like we like to strengthen weaknesses a lot, you know what I mean? And it's really it's a weird ass yin yang situation. You fucking with this nigga, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird ass checks and balances shit we got going on. This time I got to snap on him, this time you got to snap on me. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get snapped on, bro. Like it's times where he say shit firmly. Snapping on, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, but that's the way we work though, for real. And it's all cool, it's always love, and it ain't never like, you know, and that's strengthening within itself, you know what I mean? So it's like with that, you know what I mean, we really just try to.
That's a good point too. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. It's all honesty, you know what I mean? Like I said, maybe timing too. Sometimes like we both do a lot in our regular life and shit like that. So sometimes this bro shit, I need you to do this or I need you to do this or whatever, and it's balancing it that way, you know what I'm saying? No matter what's the best product, you know what I mean? It's a lot, it's so much to get done within this shit, you know what I mean? And it's me and him, you know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, it's crazy. And as far as the music, man, look, you know, say your rapper. I'm saying, we had a phone, we was on the phone earlier, you know what I'm saying? I told him I was watching that Last Dance shit crazy, so I had to call him earlier, one of them huddle, we in the huddle, you know what I'm saying? We in the lineup, you know, on the side of the court. I had to tell him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this Mike calling you, so before this interview with your band, you know what I'm saying? I hit the nigga with, bro, you will never be Mike. Don't ever call me like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, you get you some water for the interview nigga a couple times, you know what I'm saying? The band's he gonna give it to it straight, you know what I'm saying? Shit, alright.
Oh, shoot.
real shit though, it's always love and you know what I'm saying? Like, with that competitive nature, like, we'll talk that shit all day, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we low-key don't, I think, because of that.
Yeah, we don't really ever bring it up because it ain't no point. You know what I'm saying?
Because all we gonna do is like, you know, and we kind of, you know, it's kind of cool to let people decide that. And honestly, it's funny, it really balances out, you know what I mean? As any rappers gonna fight, they the best, you know what I'm saying, the best nigga walking, but it really balances out, bro. You'll be real surprised. It's always like, oh, he got you on this one, he got you on this one. So people like to really see that between us, so it's, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because if we have to decide, like, on some, I'm gonna sing this or you gonna sing this, we'll be in there. We'll be in the studio doing runs for hours, battling this shit. I got you.
I ain't going. You not finna win. I swear. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that actually, like you said, working on each other's strengths, like steel sharpens steel. So, you know, we say this all in jest, you know what I'm saying? And I asked that question in jest, you know what I'm saying, just for the sake of asking. But it's good to have that competitive nature, right? So hip hop started off being fun, and a lot of it was competitive, not for the sake of like a crab in a bucket mentality, cutting your man down, you know, cutting your brother down, but it was, yo, man, I'm good, like I'm nice, but this person better, bet I'm finna get better so I can be nicer than him, and then that helps elevate the game, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I feel like competition is a good part of the culture, but at the same time, we don't want it to become any contention. You know what I'm saying? We don't want it to become like cutting your other man down, your brother man down, just so you can get ahead. No, it's competition so we can elevate this thing together, but we still showing love to each other. So yeah, I'm the best, but at the same time, I can still be better. So whatever weaknesses you have, or whatever strengths you have, I'm in try to get rid of my weaknesses to help to become stronger, and whatever strengths I have, I'm gonna try to build you up so you can become stronger. So now I have more competition, so we can have fun. And I feel like that's what's all about. And it seems like that's exactly what you gentlemen are saying.
Real talk, yeah, you got it. That's exactly it.
All right, so getting into, you know what I'm saying, you guys' chemistry and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, you know, even now I see, you know, you guys having disagreements. So how do you get over those disagreements, you know? Because I noticed that a lot of groups start off strong, you know what I'm saying? But we don't see what's going on behind the scenes. And a lot of groups end up breaking up because of that, you know, because of the contention and stuff that's going on behind the scenes and different decisions being made. So how do you guys practice compromising, and then how do you get over disagreements?
Well, it's just about knowing yourself and knowing your partner. So like, you know, you gotta give and take, just like with any type of relationship period with any human being. It's like a give and take. So I gotta take into account how this man could feel when I'm hitting him up in the morning, like, hey, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, we didn't do that. And that could throw his whole day off. So now he don't even want to talk about it. He ain't responding to me now. Now he responding to his name, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But we been before anything. So I got to know how I might feel in any situation just to know how to talk to him. Because I can't not think about that. It's not, you can say you got to check everything at the door, but you could be going through anything in life, man, and you could be a different type of person. So you can come to the studio with anything on your back, man, and you might just need us to sit here and we talk shit for an hour. Then we get into the recording, you know what I'm saying? But you got to know what to expect and what not to expect from your partner. And on top of that, being genuine. Because if you're not genuine, then I'm not going to ever know you, you know what I'm saying? So you could be reacting different to everything I say every time I say it because you're not being yourself, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you yourself 100% of the time, I know where the limit's at. And I know how to exceed the limit if I can, depending on what the subject is. So it's just about giving tech with camaraderie, chemistry, and any of that. Because the way we react on stage, the way we move, the way we rap, when none of that works, if I don't understand him as a man, like this is my brother. So we done grew into a like brotherhood. This damn my blood brother right here, just based off of us linking up and knowing each other over time and shit like that. So I know what's gonna piss him off. I know what's gonna set him off. I know what he ain't gonna like on the song. You know what I ain't gonna like on the song. But in between that, yeah, you get your obstacles to where it's like, damn, bro, you know I ain't like that, but but with us, it's just about respect too. So you can't come to me crazy as hell. Now, like I said, we some goofy people. So if he come to me crazy, we most likely joke, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta know when to tone it down. So if it's a serious situation that you know I take serious, you might have to come to me a certain way, just because of how I am. Like the same thing with him. So it's a give and take, but you gotta be, I ain't gonna say grown, because people kind of overuse this kind of cliche when you say you gotta be grown, but you just gotta understand life and like societal structure. You gotta understand how shit moves, because you ain't gonna be able to work with nobody unless you know how shit works in the world, you know what I'm saying? So I just can't expect stuff from him. I gotta know what he's dealing with. So it's just, that's with anything. But that's how we normally operate, just taking into consideration how people feel, respect, and on top of all of that, just being genuine and having fun, man. So as long as those three are checked, we good on any level. Whatever we need to talk about, we can talk about as long as that's checked. It is what it is. So.
Yeah, man. I think the first thing, like you spoke on, was like the brotherhood first, bro. Like, really, I mean, this is what we love. This is like our first love, the music. You know what I mean? But life, is still bigger than that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, as much as we love it, you know what I mean? So first, we always say our well-being first. You know what I mean? Like we really check in. We really close with each other's families. Anybody that works with us knows that. Like, you know what I mean? In some way, if you're not good personally, like you can't be good personally and not, we don't even see about that or whatever. You know what I mean? Or at least make sure you're straight to type of capacity. You know what I mean? When you're working with us, you know what I mean? And that goes a long way. And like you said, being genuine, that goes both ways, and that's something that that's always there. That give and take is always there. Anything else, shit, it's water under the bridge. You know what I mean? Anything else is small things to a giant when you really look at the bigger picture and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like that. The love for the music, we always want what's best, the best outcome. You know what I mean? Inside the booth, outside the booth, with our business, with our interactions with people or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, that push, like you said, being genuine. Like even within a disagreement, you got to remember that you got a goal to get to. It's a certain, we got a plan, whatever it is. So whatever this is, we bumping heads right here. Like you said, it's an obstacle. It's something we need to get over to get to that next point of greatness. You know what I mean? So whatever that is, and a lot of times, for whatever reason, maybe we just lucked up to be able to be these type of people. But we check ourselves. We look at ourselves probably first and more than anything. You know what I mean? So that go a long way. You know what I mean? That's some shit. If you go to any damn therapy session, they'll tell you. You know what I mean? Look at yourself, look in the mirror, and all of that goes a long way, bro. So any disagreements is just, we got to put the bigger picture first always, you know what I mean? Because most of the time, a lot of the shit in life that you trip over, a lot of times it's short-term shit, you know what I mean? It's real, it's not the bigger picture shit at all. Real talk.
So yeah, how did you guys get into rap? Going a little bit back into the past, into the beginnings of the Little People and the beginnings of Asani and Dre. How did you guys get into hip hop? And then why hip hop and why not R&B or gospel music or something like that?
Well, I started off and I was in the church a lot. Like my grandma used to hey, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Oh man, so, yeah, you ain't playing. You going?
Oh man,
Yeah.
she was not playing at all.
Yeah.
She wasn't coming at all. So yeah, we outside hooping. She coming outside. It's an hour. We gotta go to church. So Bible study, all that. So I had a big influence inside the church, like choir. I didn't sing in the choir in church, but I just used to always love church music. Just the way it resonates, the way it makes people feel. Just it's like a soulful type feeling. Like it touch you in a certain way. So I pulled a lot of my melodies and stuff like that, and just stuff I talk about from inside the church, and just the contradiction that you could feel with that based on how you feel about religion, as far as being in church and being in the world and whatever like that. So when I started off in the church, it was mostly about singing and R&B and stuff like that. I started rapping though in the 2nd grade, so I just had to write a Christmas rap. I ended up putting that together, and I just kept writing. You know what I'm saying? So after I kept writing, I ended up starting to record myself. I got a little bullshit program, started recording myself, and then bought me a mic and everything like that. Once I started recording myself, I brought my homies over, then we started making mixtapes and albums and making our own covers and all that stuff. But once I got to middle school, that's when I started battle rap. I always watched battle rap, but I never actually wanted to step in there because I thought I'd lose, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't gonna touch it. But when I first got in there, I won my first battle, and I was addicted to it. So from Pulaski to Roosevelt, like lunch hour battles, all of that. Like I was known for that at Belt. So just a lot of that just came from me coming up under. I had like older cousins and that kind of was around me, uncles and stuff like that. So they was listening to the Tupacs and the Biggies, and you know, my cousin was a big Eminem fan. That's what made me an Eminem fan. You know what I'm saying? Which that's how people feel about that too, because I know a lot of people don't.
I love Eminem.
You know? Yeah, the majority of us know what's going on, but a lot of people they look at it like what's up, Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar be killing Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like he always going at his head about his authenticity because he's white. You know what I'm saying? He white, and you know his music don't resonate with black people. Whatever he want to preach on. But
who's Lord Jamar, by the way? Who's Lord Jamar, by the way? Just to clarify for everybody.
He's a legendary rapper from Grand Nubian. He does like a lot of interviews on DJ Vlad channel with a few other people. He speaks a lot about Eminem. He kind of speaks a lot about. He's one of the OG rappers that they have him speak about his opinion on the younger generation, the music and shit like that.
Yeah, he goes super hard on him. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody got their own opinion, and I can understand where he's coming from, but I just feel different. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Eminem music a different way. So coming up listening to him, like that's what got me into like complex flow structure and a lot of rhyming words. Like when I first started listening to Eminem, watching documentaries and stuff like that, I used to get up every day telling my boy to call me like, hey, when you call me in the morning, I'm gonna have a verse for you. You know what I'm saying? Give me a word today, I'm gonna rap on that. Give me this, give me that. So I just tried to sharpen my tools because it's like, damn, it's some great musicians out there. I love it. And my first love was boom bap rap. You know what I'm saying? So like that Green Grass stuff, like I love stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just give me that feel like when you was a younger kid. And you don't have to be younger to get that feel, but it's kind of like it's like the essence of hip hop to me. And that might not be a fact, but I'm just saying, just that beating on the table, just that boom bap, that rocking your head, bobbing your head back and forth, it just seemed like some shit that's from a movie. You know what I'm saying? So it just gives you that nostalgic feel, like back then this how they used to do it, so this is how I want to do it. So I came up listening to hip hop, the KRS-Ones. I started writing lyrical raps and listening to Tupac. I want to be this type of guy. I want to be a thug. I want to do this. I want to do that. So hip hop was everything to me. Hip hop was diving into sports, basketball players. Like everybody was a part of hip hop. So it's like, damn, like I need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because it just makes you feel a certain way. Back when Rap City in the basement, it's like all of that shit. It's like, bro, you know, that shit would blow my mind. So coming up, I always wanted to be the guy to kind of do something for Gary in particular as far as music goes. If I was just have some type of place where I could open up to be a safe haven for people to come record their music, shoot their videos, and just chop it up without hip hop or life or whatever, because people be needing them spots a lot of the times. But for me, hip hop always felt like a safe place. So that's how I came up in it. Rapping, battle rapping, all of that. I tried everything. Beat making, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I touched it all.
So I think for me, exactly getting into rap, bro, it was kind of, it really was from, I would say, this music, period. And then, like you said, I would say the cultural music with it. So, like I said, started off, my mom, my mom is a singer, you know what I mean? She didn't, from what I know, like really try very hard professionally, like, you know, edit, but it's something where like now, like to this day, you know, she just recently made a Facebook page, and as soon as she got on her Facebook page, it's people from like back, you know, people she knew back in the day now talking about how she used to sing, her voice, and, you know, yeah, I didn't even know that she made as much of an impact as she did, I would say, with it, just because like she used to like cut records and stuff. I remember listening to my mom's songs when I was a kid and stuff like that. But it kind of was one of the things where I think we just maybe just love the music as a family, like from my brother to like everybody. Like we just like it was always just great music in the house, always great music. Like my mom was a huge like Boogie fan, like so probably just hearing all of that and just hearing from 90s to early 2000s R&B to all the great hip hop, you know, at the time or whatever. So like I wasn't listening to like when I got older, I'm listening to like the trendy music like Nelly myself. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like
yeah.
my mom was listening to, you know, this Biggie, Tupac, like, you know, Scarface, like, you know what I mean, stuff like that more so. So it's like I would probably say that, and then I think just getting into rap, I think, man, I just love like the culture of hip hop, and to me rap is way more, rap as a whole musically is more intricate to me, I think, than R&B, and I think that's probably why one of my number one reasons I just love it more. Like when I got into rap, I started off like just writing other people like lyrics down, like writing old Jadakiss, 50 Cent lyrics down, and writing just to learn songs. I don't know why. Like I have this thing where sometimes it's hard for me to hear. I don't know, like my ears are weird, bro. Sometimes like the pronunciation and enunciation of words is weird. So even as a kid, I wouldn't be able to tell what I was hearing at times for some reason. So I would write them down to be able to like learn them, you know what I mean? And then I would recite them, and then like my brother was like, why don't you write your own shit, little nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, cool. So then I started writing my own song, and it just started kind of, I don't know, like I said, just the intricacy of that was just deeper than you can get so much off in the story. You can get rap is so the internal line, and I started picking up on so much on my own. I didn't even know that I was teaching myself how to write bars. I didn't know I was teaching myself, like I say, internal rhymes and just like you say, rhyme schemes. And it really it comes from listening to music, listening to all different types of rap. You know what I mean? To music, period, and just picking up on that. You know what I mean? So that was one of the things where it just, you know, to me, as much as I love other music, you know what I mean, even R&B and stuff like that, you can get a lot off in those stories, but I don't know, to me it's a lot of baby and shit like that. It's a lot of, it's love, and it's, you know what I mean, like, don't get me like that, and I love all of that, you know what I'm saying, but it's just, bro, it's the culture, like you said, the culture of hip-hop, the culture of rap, like, it's so much in it. So I think I probably subconsciously noticed just that culture impact. And probably just the effect that it had on me. Like I'm a for real rap nerd, bro, from like trendy shit. So I'm 2003 listening to David Banner, Like a Pimp type shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to fuck with, you know, when I got older, and now that everybody's talking about Madlib as a producer and all this shit, I can remember being younger, watching like the rap shit that was on Adult Swim, and liking that shit. I didn't even know who MF Doom and Madlib was. Yeah. That's what, you know what I mean? So it's just picking up on everything, you know what I mean? It's something about it, you know.
So, oh, go ahead. No, it's your go.
I was gonna say, just me coming up too. One thing I did leave out is I used to be in bands, so that's kind of how I learned how to like count bars and measures and shit like that. And when I first started rapping, I just used to write like pages, like on some Writer 16. I'm writing 2-3 pages of a song, and ain't nobody else on that but me. You know what I'm saying? So when I learned how to count bars and make that shit more concise, so I just started tapping my foot as I'm doing my measures. When I learned how to tap, I'm like, damn, this kind of resonate with the hip hop thing that I'm trying to do. Because if I can play so much in the measure, maybe that's how you count bars. And I started looking it up, and I'm like, oh shit, this go hand in hand. Now I put the band thing down when I got to high school, so because I started playing like every kind of sport, so I just couldn't be in band. But I started out playing the trumpet. I messed with the bass a little bit. Piano. I was trying to touch a lot of stuff while I was there, but a lot of stuff kind of just fell by the wayside. And I still got the ear. I can touch the piano a little bit. I ain't touched the trumpet in years, but that kind of molded me into who I am too, because I can hear a lot of stuff that other people can't hear. And that's another strength and weakness thing too, because sometimes I can hear something and he can't. Sometimes he hears something that I can't. That's just iron sharp as iron, like you were saying too. But yeah, I just wanted to add that because I definitely played some instruments back then.
That's what's up. So, what you in band, was it after Drumline or before Drumline when you got in the band?
Matter of fact, it might have been during Drumline, and you know why I know? Because when I got the band, I definitely was about to play the drums. I'm like, hey, put me in the back with them niggas.
Yep.
Band teacher was like, y'all, everybody want to play the drums. You gonna play the trumpet, man. I'm like, what? I was mad as hell, but I appreciate it now because it taught me a lot. Because I was about to leave, man. When you told me I play the trumpet, everybody that walked in wanted to hop on the drums because of drumming. Man, she mentioned it, but then you shut all that shit down. Trumpet, trombone, tuba, like, damn.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm flexing on them talking shit, but I didn't know what's faking it. I wasn't even actually in band, but I was running niggas 2 pencils in class. Niggas got memories of me, bro. I'm definitely shit.
So,
Off the books, for real.
so then let's get into the so I asked this first. What are you guys' favorite? Let's go. Top 5 favorite.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. I hate to be a weak ass nigga, but I definitely can't answer, bro. I'm one of the people.
I hate that. The question just.
I'm one of the people, bro. I can't, like, because if you talking, that's one of the things, you talking the greatest or something, it's like, okay, you didn't say greatest, you said favorite. So, okay, that's all subjective, not okay.
Yeah.
But the assumption going to be that's your greatest of all time list. It's just like you name your top 5 basketball players, and then you don't say Jordan, they on your ass.
But hold on. So when I'm saying top 5 favorite, I mean your personal top 5. Like, even if it's who you just listening to today. Cause my favorite is MF Doom, my favorite is Lupe. You know what I'm saying? I got Swank in there.
My 2 cats in no bar. Okay.
You said, oh yeah, come on now. You got I got Swank in there. I got there's this rapper called Wax. Then there's this rapper called Locksmith. You know, he dope, he cold. So
West Coast?
You said,
you talking about Wax that's from West Coast? He raps with Mac Lethal?
No, Big Wax from I think he from the West Coast too, from Cali too, but he was rapping with Dumbfounded and you know what I'm saying.
I feel like that's the same cat. He white?
Yeah, well, I don't think he white. I think he Hispanic or Cuban, one of the two.
Oh, sorry, forgive me. My bad.
But he look white, I guess. But yeah, we may be talking about the same person, but that's my top 5, and that's right now. Number 1 and number 2 always changing. Number 3, 4, and 5 changing. And I didn't even think of adding Royce in there. Royce the 5 now, which is actually real high up on my list too. And I damn near think that's number 3. But Swank, Swank be up there too. So like when I'm talking favorites, I ain't necessarily talking the best of all time, because my best of all time list is different. Like I know my favorites. I can't call my favorites the best of all time, but I know that my favorites are up there, like in that best of all time ranking. But it'll probably be different. That best of all time list don't change, but my favorites be changing. So that's what I mean when I ask you guys favorites.
All right, well, I do one, you do one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Royce.
I'm gonna go Gibbs.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Gibbs too. I throw him in there.
So that's 2.
I'm gonna go Kendrick.
Okay, 2.
Definitely J. Cole.
3-2.
Shit.
3-2.
I'm gonna go. Shit, right now. I'm gonna go Boogie.
Is that A Boogie with the hoodie?
No,
regular Boogie.
Okay.
Yeah, Summer Walker.
Yeah, I ain't gonna keep naming the same shit. We never listen to the same shit. I was trying to figure what you're doing. Like, I thought I'm Eminem.
Okay. Oh well, 4-3.
Yeah, this is hard, bro. This is really hard. I keep fighting it. I don't know why I'm fighting. I'm throwing Drake. I'm throwing it in the.
Drake solid.
He's solid. I don't know if I put him in my favorites. 5.
And it's only it's only because for some reason when I do shit like this, we get rappers. So like right now, like I don't know. I'm sure I'm blanking, a big blank. But
I fuck with see, I can't even say it's my favorite, but I gotta mention it because I don't know if a lot of people actually tuned in like they should be. But I like Starlito and Don Trip. You fuck with Starlito and Don Trip?
Oh my gosh. Starlito sound real familiar.
He was signed with Wayne at first. He was with
Okay, I know who you talking about. Yeah, they cool.
Don Trip, he was a Def Jam artist, but they got a few projects together called Step Brothers. Check them out when you get a chance, man. They give you some of that hood shit and some of that miracle shit too. So
yep.
I always gotta put them up there because a lot of people forget about them. But yeah, I gotta throw them in there.
Whose turn is it, by the way?
Yours.
It's you.
I think you on your last one, low key.
I said Gibbs, Boogie, Drake,
Kendrick, and you got one more.
Oh man. Can I think? Can you go where I think?
He already did. It's fine. He done.
Yeah. Okay. We said it changed. So you really took a lot of pressure off by telling me it's okay this can change. I'm gonna be mad later about what I'm saying. This list of shit. This can change. This is just today.
Yep. This is just today.
Alright. I'm gonna go Jay-Z.
Okay. That's a solid 5. And there's no particular order. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no particular ranking or nothing. It's just favorites as you can think of them. I bet. So now we got another. We finna hit you with another thinker. You know, wrapping up here. I'm gonna hit you with if you was on an island, and I asked everybody this: if you was trapped on a deserted island, you could bring 3 things. What 3 things would they be?
My phone.
Okay.
You got service? That's what I was thinking. See, my questions get deep. I'm thinking like, what's the island like? What's the setup?
All right, let's go. I give y'all some picture then. So we go tropical island. You know what I'm saying? So always sunny type island, like the Gilligan's Isle type island. You know what I'm saying? Where you get the rainstorms and stuff like that, but you got the coconut trees and you dig like that. Yeah. So and fresh water. We ain't gonna go salt water. We gonna go fresh water.
Okay, so you ain't gotta bring the water. Alright, we go 1 for 1 again. I say phone.
I feel like ain't no phone. It has to be.
So I'ma bring. I'ma bring the Carter 1 album.
Why he looking at me like you felt tight?
He did. I swear. He said the Carter 1.
This nigga, it's a yearly debate on Carter 1 and Carter 2. That's why I said the Carter 1 because he don't say Carter 2. We always got that debate, but I say Carter 1 just because that's my shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I recently went back and listened to that shit just because you go so hard for that album, bro. And I'm like, no. Like, it's hard, but we talking about 2. We talking about Carter 2.
So when you bring 2 not hard because it's not even hard enough for you to bring on the album. Because you're not about to say that.
I'm not.
That's why the Carter 1 so hard. I bring that shit on the album.
I can't. But see, you wanna know why?
Why?
I got my phone, nigga. I can listen to whatever I want. Fuck right now.
Man, how we
I'm not
KD.
racist, bro. I'm a thinker, my nigga. How I teach nigga? You got 3 items, shit. That's why I said the phone is
Saturday just now. It's okay.
It's a hard
Big flex.
Alright, number 2.
Alright, so I'm straight with food. I can hug it out with the coconut water and shit like that. It's tropical. I can find some berries and shit. I'm good. Shit. 2 other things. Items, alright, not people.
No.
What?
Say that shit.
I don't know it, man.
I'm saying no. Alright.
Alright, shit. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna bring some weed.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
weed. That's a fucked up answer.
It ain't though.
This is the thing though. Like
Alcohol sounds worse than weed do.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Doing all this quarantine shit told me, my bad. I hope you straight with everything going on about you keep everybody good.
Oh yeah, I'm chilling. We chilling.
But with all this going on, this shit that really showed me is, bro, I don't really care about like shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I said, like, my phone, I'm thinking, okay, music, cool. You know what I'm saying? Weed, cool. You know what I'm saying? Food, cool. Like, I can't bring people. I don't know.
You can bring people.
I mean, but I'm gonna need a bigger number, so shit.
Nah, who the most? Say that shit on live, bro. Who the most important person that you'll forget about everybody else for, and just bring that one person
you want to come
outside of your mama? So you tried to get me.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I'm going grandma.
Smooth. Okay.
My bad. I need to shit. Phone, weed, hurry up. Some,
you said grandma, right? That's true.
Okay. I didn't know you said that. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up.
We bring people. My last one to be my kids. So.
Okay.
Hopefully I got if I gotta pick a kid. You all.
Yo, That's the next question. Which one? What's the Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you. I'm gonna let you have all the people that you want. Alright, but no, really, thank you guys for having this interview. Honestly, there's a lot more that I wanted to get into, but we're gonna go ahead and cut it off right here. I know you guys got some things that you gotta get done, so we'll let y'all get that done.
For sure, but we can do this shit anytime, man. Anytime you need us, man, we'll make time, bro. We'll fuck with you for real.
Yeah, for sure. I know you got hella other people, but you real connected with everybody, you know what I mean, in the area. So
I mean, yeah.
But hey, man, we can do this again soon, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Great conversation for sure, bro. Great convo.
Already, we definitely gonna have this. We gonna have another interview. I want to have an interview when all of this quarantine stuff is over because technology kind of gets in the way of communication sometimes. So yeah, I definitely, once this quarantine is over, let's meet up. We gonna have another nice conversation, and yeah, man, we gonna really get into some more stuff.
Yeah, man. I like this music working on too, bro. Hopefully we link up and we play some of that, man.
Y'all got the email, you know.
He said,
you got the, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, seriously though, we could probably shoot something like that. What's up? No, man. What's up? We could do that. We thirsty, man. Niggas ain't, man. You know, we need somebody in this shit. We don't have music out right now. Shoot something over to you, bro, for real. When we do link back up, though, we'll have something prepared to play for you too. So we'll just keep you posted, bro.
Oh wait, if you want me to, so I got the Saturday Sound Level SoundCloud page already there, so I can start posting stuff on. If you want to, I can take your music and post it on that page as well.
I will definitely get with you with that, bro. We'll let you know once we have you listen to the music, and we'll see what the best bet for it is, man. For sure.
I bet. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate it, bro.
Much love, bro.
Already, much love.
All right, man. Be safe, bro.
Y'all be easy.
Good shit, bro.